Good morning, students. Today, in the chapter Chemical Kinetics, we will study about the integrated rate equations. And in integrated rate equations, we will study about the integrated rate equation for first order reaction. For first order reactions, we know that the rate of reaction depends on the first power of concentration of reactant. Suppose we have a chemical reaction, general chemical reaction, in which reactant R is converted into product P. Here the R is reactant and P is product. We know that for first order reaction, the rate law expression is rate it is equal to K concentration of R power 1. Now the rate of this reaction can also be expressed in differential form, and in differential form it is written as rate it is equal to D concentration of R upon dt with negative sign. Negative sign shows that the concentration of reactants is decreasing. Now since the rate is same, so we can equate dr upon dt equal to kr. On rearranging, we get d concentration of R upon concentration of R it is equal to minus k dt. Now if we integrate on both sides, on integrating both sides, we get integration of d concentration of R upon concentration of R it is equal to minus integration of k dt, or it will be equal to natural log concentration of R it is equal to minus k t plus I. I is constant of integration. If we consider the initial conditions when t was 0, let at that time, let at t is equal to 0, the concentration of R was R naught, or we can say this R naught it is the initial concentration of reactant. So if we substitute these values in equation 1, if we substituting in equation 1, we will get natural log of R it will be equal to minus k into 0 plus natural log of natural log of R it is equal to this plus I. So here we get I it is equal to natural log of R naught. So if we substitute this value of I in equation 1, substituting value of I in equation 1, what we get? We get natural log of R it is equal to minus kt plus natural log of R naught. Here we can see that this equation is in the form of equation of straight line. So if we plot a graph between this natural log of concentration of R and T. This graph will be with negative slope. It will be like this. Here the intercept is natural log of R naught and slope it is equal to minus K. If we change this natural log to base 10, we will get 2.303 log concentration of R, it is equal to minus Kt plus 2.303 log concentration of R naught. Or we can write log of concentration of R, it is equal to minus Kt upon 2.303 plus log of R naught. Again we get equation of straight line, and if we plot a graph between log of concentration of R and T, again the graph is with negative slope. The intercept is log of R naught and the slope will be equal to minus K upon 2.303. This equation is known as the integrated rate equation for first order. If we simplify it, on simplification we will get log of R naught minus log of R, it will be equal to Kt upon 2.303, or we can say K, it is equal to 2.303 upon T log of, here log A minus log B, it can be written as R naught upon R. So this is another form of integrated rate equation, and this equation will be used in numerical problems. Suppose we know the initial concentration of reactant, the final concentration of reactant and rate constant, we can calculate the time for the completion. Similarly, if we know the rate constant, initial concentration, final concentration, time is calculated. If time and rate constant are known, initial concentration is known, we can calculate the final concentration. So these type of numericals are based on this equation. There is one more term known as half life period of a reaction. Half life period of a reaction is that time in which the initial concentration of reactant is reduced to its half. So for a half life period, the time is denoted by T half, and at T half the concentration, final concentration becomes equal to half of initial concentration. If we consider these conditions, what we will get? We will get T half is equal to 2.303 upon K log of initial concentration upon final concentration is half. It will be equal to 2.303 upon K log of 2, or it will be equal to T half is equal to 2.303 into 0.3010 upon K, and it will be equal to 0.693 upon K. So we see that the half life period for a first order reaction, it is independent of concentration. There is no concentration term. So this is independent of concentration, initial concentration. It depends only on the rate constant K. So numerical problems are also based on T half. We can take some examples of numerical problems based on this integrated rate equation. Here, the initial concentration of N2O5 in the following first order reaction, N2O5 give 2NO2 plus half O2, was 1.24 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter. Initial concentration is given. After 60 minutes final concentration is given. So initial concentration, final concentration and T, these are given. We have to calculate the rate constant. So simply we have to substitute the values and we can calculate the rate constant. So for the reactions which are taking place in solution form, it is very simple. If the reaction is in gaseous phase, suppose we have a reaction A in gaseous phase, it is converted into B gas and C gas. This is a general equation. Now if we have to write the integrated rate equation for this reaction, then K will be equal to 2.303 upon T log of PA naught upon PA. Here we are using the partial pressure of A, initial pressure PA naught and final pressure of A PA. Instead of the concentration in mole per liter, we are using the pressure term. Now if we carry out these reaction, suppose experimentally if we have to find the pressure terms, initially let there is reactant A, it is converted into products. There are two products B and C. It may be possible that some of the reactants remains unreacted, it is not converted into B. So after the reaction, in the flask we are having the molecules of reactant as well as molecules of product. Now if we measure the pressure of this gaseous content in this flask, we can measure by manometer. Initially if we use the manometer, we will get PA naught, we will get the initial pressure of PA because there is only A molecules. But after the reaction is over, if we measure the pressure, then it will be total of all this pressure. Here we will have PA, PB and PC. PA plus PB plus PC. And for integrated rate equation we need only PA. So during experiment, initial pressure of reactant can be measured easily. But for the final pressure of A, it is not possible to measure it experimentally. So then how we will use the calculations in integrated rate equation? For this we have to calculate it theoretically. I will show it how. Let A gas is converted into B gas plus C gas. Let initially when time was 0, at time t equal to 0, the initial pressure of A is PA naught. Now since there are no products B and C, so the pressure is 0 atmosphere. Let after the reaction is over, X molecules are formed of B and X of C. Now since the stoichiometry is 1:1:1, so if X molecule of A decomposes, we will get X molecule of B and X molecule of C, and the pressure is directly proportional to the number of moles of gaseous molecules. This we have studied in class 11th. Let after the reaction at time t, the pressure of B is X, pressure of C is also X atmosphere. What will be the pressure of A? It will be equal to PA naught minus X, since X molecules have been decomposed. Now our problem is to find PA. Here we can get P total easily. The P total is measured here, and P total will be equal to PA naught minus X plus X plus X, or it will be equal to PA naught plus X. So this equation we get P total is equal to PA naught plus X. Now if we have to find only P, the P is PA naught minus X. This is PA, the final pressure of A. So PA will be equal to PA naught minus X, and we know that x will be equal to P total minus PA naught. If we substitute it here, we will get PA is equal to PA naught minus P total minus PA naught, or we can write PA will be equal to twice of PA naught minus P total. These two things we can measure. PA naught is measurable, P total is measurable. So now we will get the value of PA, and we can write the integrated rate equation. It will be equal to K is equal to 2.303 upon T log of PA naught upon PA, and it will be equal to 2.303 upon T log of PA naught upon the value of PA is twice of PA naught minus P total. Now for solution phase, we can remember this equation and use it as it is for every reactions. But in gaseous phase, we have to derive this equation every time when the stoichiometry changes. Here in this case, the stoichiometry was 1:1:1. One molecule, one molecule, one molecule. So this is in this form. The equation is in this form. But if the stoichiometry changes, this equation will change. Here we have an example. We can show it. In this numerical, here we can see the stoichiometry has been changed. Twice of N2O5, twice of N2O4 gives O. So 2:2:1. What will happen when we will derive the final concentration? For the final concentration term, the value of final pressure of A will change. How? We can see there in this derivation which we have done, we used x, but in this case, since the stoichiometry is 2, here we have 2x. This is x because stoichiometry is 1, and here we will have PA naught minus 2x because the stoichiometry is 2. So the final pressure term will change. So for gaseous reactants, we have to derive this equation. So in today's discussion, we have studied about the derivation of integrated rate equation for first order. Then we derived half-life period for first order reaction, and we saw that it is independent of initial concentration. And then the integrated rate equation for first order reaction in gaseous phase. Here we have to find the final pressure of reactant by theoretical method, and it will depend on the stoichiometry in the reaction. So tomorrow we will practice some numerical